Hello. Hello. I'm gonna wait a few minutes. Let a few more of you come on in and join me. And we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started about Andrew. Mhm. The Andrew situation. So hello, highly sensitive. It's so good to see you. I found this clip where they start talking about the downfall of Andrew. I want to see if it's true. Hello, Michelle. So good to see you. Hi, Demon Dictator. What's new with you? Let's give them something to talk about. Look for my lip gloss, my McAdoo. Where are you, McAdoo? I'm running low. I want to thank you guys for my super chats and super stickers. They are so, I'm so grateful. My little account is big this month, and I owe that all to you. I know I can pay for her half of her tuition right now and pay the other half when I get ready to. When I make some more money. Hello, Pickles. What's up? Hello, Daisy Lee. Welcome. Do you guys know? They seem to think that they know what happened to Andrew. Like something happened to him when he was little, or something happened to him as he was growing up. And the way he grew up or whatever made him a PDF file. Just, we'll see. I'm going to let you guys determine that. Okay? Okay, so but that is not today. Sorry. Read the title. Catherine, Princess of Wales, have been under serious, severe attacks. And she's been under attack for some content journalists out there that call themselves journalists. And we're going to dig into it. But unfortunately, I have to tell you before we get started that Dan Wooden is going to be leading this commentary today. We're going to deep dive what he has to say about what they said about Catherine. Daisy Lee's in the house. So good to see you. Pickles in the house. Highly Sensitive is in the house. Marine. So good to see you. Oh, I had 3 shots. I know my nails they're popping off. They do after a couple of weeks because they're so long. But since I'm looking for a job now, guys, which I really am, I started looking last night. I updated my resume with a new email address, and it pretty much stayed the same. I haven't worked in like 6 or 7 years. And so I am trying to get something from the house. So I will be working from home. I am looking for something in human resources, maybe a generalist or HR business partner, or, something to that effect. That's what I'm looking for. If not, because I haven't been at work in so long, I might have to start a little lower, like a coordinator or like a coordinator. Wow, he was a bad boy as a child. We're going to get into that, Demon Dictator. I think I got that scheduled for tomorrow. Fair use, free for commentary, entertainment purposes, no copyright intended. So, This is going to be about Catherine, the Princess of Wales. We're going to start with that. She's been under severe attack from Maureen, Lauren, and some other chickadoo or guy. And we want to get into it. We want to find out why they are treating her. Yeah, 4 nails broke, 5 nails broke. So I'm gonna try to keep my hands down so you won't see them because they don't look cute. When they're not cute, why would I want to show them to you? The cricketness of it all. You don't want to see that. I think I'm going to get them cut shorter. I hate that. I want them to be long and pretty and, long. I like them long. The longer they are, the prettier they are to me. And since I am looking for a job, I'm going to cut them in half. That means they're still going to be long, but not as long. And then I'm going to tone down the whole design of it, bring it down to like just a solid color, maybe a little bit of flair, but not too much. I'm trying to bring it down for the employee. If I have to go in and interview, I want to be presentable. I don't want any long claws looking back at them and they're like, how are you going to type with those? Now, I can type with them, but I can't type the regular speed. Let's just be honest. It takes a little while. But now that I'm going back to work, I'm going to fix it. I didn't know Catherine was under attack, says Maureen. I just got out of the hospital yesterday, been in there for a week. Get the hell out of here. Are you okay, Maureen? I know it's been a minute since I seen you. How are you doing? You mind telling us? I know that's your personal business. I hope everything is okay and that you're feeling better, hon. Sorry, we didn't know that you were in the hospital for a week. We could have been praying for you, girl. The sick and the shut in needs to let us know when they're sick so we can pray for them. That's why I tell you when I'm sick, so you can wish me well. So, Maureen, let's wish Maureen a speedy, happy recovery from whatever she was in the hospital for. And we love you, Maureen. You're our girl. All right. Now, after we talk about how Catherine was being attacked, we're going to talk about Thomas Markle Jr. because he has a new video out and we need to see what the hell he's talking about. It is important. It is important to find out what's going on with Thomas Markle Jr. because he is relevant. Let me tell you why he's relevant. Because he's Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex's sister. If you want to be technical with it, half sister, but still blood related through her father. You can't pick and choose the people that you want to be your brother and sister and cousin and uncle and aunt and mom and dad. You can't pick and choose. God bless you with the family that he blessed you with, and therefore deal with it. And that's what she's going to have to do. Deal with it. Deal with it, with it. Deal with it. Remember this? That was the dinosaur. He's small again. See my nail? It broke. You hide it. I'm still in excruciating pain. Did they not give you any pain medicine? They think it's I don't know how to pronounce that word. They think it's something. They think it's fibrology. I'll get through it. I'll be back to my sarcastic self soon. Oh, baby. Lord, we pray that you get Marine out of whatever pain that she's in. She said it's excruciating. Whether it's pain medicine or your healing hands on her back, or wherever her pain may be. Just be with her, subside the pain, Lord, and help Marine through this. In Jesus' name, amen. Oh, Lady C has something to say. Okay, let's get into it. And then we're going to talk about who cares about Meghan. Meghan wants some attention. She's upset. She's not doing well. It's not her day. Everybody's getting more attention than she is. Andrew, Catherine, Thomas Jr. Look at her. At the end, Meghan, you have been booted and scooted to the end of the line. You're not even the beginning subject of what I have to say today. Yes. And whoever you pray to, whoever you believe in, that's your beliefs. I'm just praying to my God and asking him to heal our friend. Yes. I don't want nobody sick and not feeling good. I know Lisa had the flu last week. Well, Marine, you keep us posted. Keep us posted on how you feel, because we want our bubbly girl back. Yeah, where the hell is Meghan? And who really freaking cares? To be honest with you guys, I have given up on Meghan a year ago. Meghan has been in the gutter for a very long time, and she's in denial. And as long as she stays in denial, I think everybody will be talking about it. It's astonishing to see the way she acts, the way she treats people, how if it's not about her, she's going to make it about her. I don't know what's going on with my neck. And I know it's not because I'm getting old. I just don't know. So I'm doing some exercises. And I also got some cream that I'm putting on it. Daisy Lee said it. Meghan's boring. Hello, Michelle. Good to see you. Good afternoon. I'm in a rainy Mobile, Alabama, and feeling relieved that the urgent issue was handled and I don't have to travel. Oh, girl, I know how you feel about that, Michelle. Traveling can be very stressful, especially if you got to get on an airplane. Me and my husband and my daughter, I want to take us on a Disney cruise this year for her birthday. But I'm checking on the prices, and that might be the reason why we don't get to go. Because I'm thinking it's going to be at least $3,000 a piece. I mean, not a piece. $3,000. $1,000 each for, if we could get it for that much, we might be doing really good, because you get food, room, and board for 4 days or whatever on the cruise, and she gets to play with Disney like crazy. Wouldn't she love that? Her sixth birthday party. No, Daisy Lee. We are not going to Disneyland Paris. Not us. We're going to take a cruise. Yeah. We're going to take a cruise to wherever the cruise go. The Disney cruise. Yeah, we're gonna do a Disney cruise. Let me look it up real quick. You guys want to see it? And if we go on a cruise, I will document the whole thing. I would just document the entire thing for my audience. I could have a princess theme birthday party. Ooh. Hot flash in it. Disney prices. How much?
The big question, is a Disney cruise really worth all the time and money? Or are you better off jumping ship for a different Disney vacation? We're breaking down the biggest pros and cons of sailing with Disney today on DFV Guide.
Let's see what they got to say real quick. Oh, this is too long.
Forever. That is very exciting. Disney is a fun cruise option to really test those waters. But like I mentioned earlier, it's not necessarily a perfect option for everyone. So here are the pros. Disney makes cruising really easy. I remember my first Disney cruise. Disney does a great job of holding your hand and walking you through every step of the process, from stateroom payments to checking in, to getting on the ship and getting off the ship, to scheduling, all of it. And if you're ever confused or have any questions about anything while you're on board, the crew members are great and willing to help. Then you need to be aware that these activities pay 10% of the total cruise cost. The Marvel heroes and Star Wars Jedis and Buzz Lightyear and Woody and these big names from your childhood and your kids' childhood. But if you're not all that worried about the IP on board a ship and you're just looking for a cruise experience with all-inclusive dining, top deck pools, live entertainment, and overseas destinations, there are definitely more affordable ways to make that.
I think we should do the cruise. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'm gonna photo the whole thing, guys. We are going on a cruise together. Okay, we're going on a cruise together. I'm gonna document it from beginning to end. Packing, getting on the road, getting on the plane. Because I know if we drive to Galveston, I gotta see if there is a Disney cruise going. Yeah, going out of Galveston. Because if so, then we don't have to fly to Florida or to some off somewhere, and we can just drive to Galveston. I find it hilarious that when Catherine went to Italy, the streets were full. When Meghan went to Sydney, the streets were empty. Even the penguins stayed away. Girl, don't nobody like you, Meghan. Let's see what's going on with Catherine Adu. I have the wrong thumbnail. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I got the wrong thumbnail. Let's see. I need to fix it. It's not Andrew today. It's Catherine. Okay, here we go. I'm sweating, guys. Woo! Hold on. While I'm doing that, Let me pull up what we're going to be watching today. And let me know if any time, you guys, please chime in at any time on what you think about here we go.
Her surgeon was the same surgeon who operated on Pope Francis. Is that right?
Exactly. As a matter of fact, as a team of surgeons were flown in secretly for that first, you're absolutely right, the first abdominal surgery.
The palace has denied your reporting. They're pushing back. They're saying, that's not true. I believe you. We should all believe you. Why would the palace lie about this?
She doesn't want people knowing the business about her health, okay?
Hi, Lisa.
And she wants to maintain a sense of dignity around her body because one day she's going to be queen.
Catherine has jumped through rings and hoops. Her life has been turned upside down.
Uh-oh.
And then to see this interview, I find it absolutely disgusting. Why do people want to know what type of operation Catherine had? You know, do they want to know that she was supposed to have a hysterectomy? Do they want to pull her apart and things like that? I mean, cancer can be very intimate. It can completely destroy you emotionally and mentally. What is wrong with these people?
For me, I just found it queasy. But there's another part of this book where Christopher Anderson claims to know. So I have really been thinking hard about whether I should cover this today. Here. You know that I was aware of the details of Catherine's cancer battle before it became public. I went on the Meghan Kelly show at the time and told everyone to shut the hell up when they were going for this woman with a whole load of ludicrous lies about her disappearance, about Prince William's, whatever. You know, I went on international television and said, stop, because you do not know what's happening. You do not know how serious this is. But what I didn't do is reveal the intimate and private details about Catherine's health battle as a respect for her really as a human. But now this royal row has exploded over the interview between the controversial biographer, I would say discredited biographer in a lot of ways, but best-selling biographer Christopher Anderson, and the Daily Mail columnist Maureen Callahan, who stand accused in the royal community for spreading lies about this deeply personal battle by Catherine, which Kensington Palace has privately denied, and Prince William has worked so hard for so long to maintain a dignified silence over. So we're going to get into all of this, the debate between Lauren the Insider and Maureen Callahan, without royal YouTube sensation, according to Taz imminently. But first, for full context, and I know some of you won't even want to hear this, but I do think it is important to see what Anderson, who has written this book, Kate, The Courage, Grace, and Power of the Woman Who Will Be Queen, claims happened.
Off with their heads.
With a team of surgeons linked to Pope Francis apparently being flown in to perform Catherine's first abdominal surgery. I should say that shocking rumor being denied by Buckingham Palace, but you will see as we go on today, Maureen Callahan, backing the muckraking author who does have a long tradition of salacious and universally discredited gossip. Watch.
When Catherine had her abdominal surgery, now please let us know if this was the initial surgery that discovered the cancer, or whether this was after the cancer was discovered. Her surgeon was the same surgeon who operated on Pope Francis. Is that right?
Exactly. As a matter of fact, as a team of surgeons were flown in secretly for that first, you're absolutely right, the first abdominal surgery, which she thought she was getting for a benign condition. And, Pope Francis had his, the same surgeons who'd operated on him for abdominal problems that he had, were flown secretly in and operated on her at the London Clinic, which is a very famous hospital in the middle of London.
So you say she thought she was getting treatment for a benign issue, which would seems to indicate they discovered a mass and they thought it was benign.
Right. And, it's interesting that the palace is very cagey about all this. First of all, of course, we still don't know what cancer it was, nor do we know what the king's cancer is. but they kept saying that there was a preventative
Hi, Lisa B.
chemo that she was having for cancer. Well, no, she was diagnosed with cancer. Once the cancer cells are there, that was what it was for. So the chemo that she had was just grueling, like it is for everyone usually, and she underwent it in this kind of cloak and dagger way that I describe in the book, where she's being driven, in the back of her assistant's car, hunkered down, goes in a side entrance of the Royal Marsden Hospital. For 2 months, nobody knows she's getting cancer treatment because she wanted to wait to tell the kids during spring break, her children, break it to them at home.
Now, remember, in this country, Catherine even had to deal with the fact that hospital staff were trying to steal her medical information. And so this conversation turned to some of that detail, like how many surgeons were in the operating theatre and how long the operation took.
Right.
From how many countries? How many surgeons were there?
This was from the Vatican. These were the.
Maureen, that is none of your business. That is none of her business, is it? How many surgeons was in there and what went down, what they went in there and saw and they took out and marinated. Like, what the? Get out of people's business. I know we're supposed to be nosy, but there is a limit to nosiness. If I'm in the hospital, that's why I asked Maureen, does she even want to tell us what's going on with her? She might not. Privacy is the key. She all up in her surgeon's house, trying to see what's going on with them.
The surgeons who were...
Are these private surgeons at the Vatican?
No, they're attached to Gemelli. They're technically with the Gemelli Clinic, which is a famous cancer clinic in Rome, but they are assigned specifically to the Pope.
Do we know how many surgeons were in the operating theater when?
Do we know how many operating surgeons was in the room? Is that important? Do we care? I mean, the good news is there was a surgeon in there that helped Miss Catherine out, and now she's out of her situation. Maureen wants to know how many surgeons was in her room. Again, Demon Dictator says, Maureen is getting worse. Not really a nice person. Pretends to be a girl's girl, but isn't really. These two gossip away like a pair of sweetie wives. Shame on them. There's Maureen. There's our little Maureen. You go, girl. I remember that. Remember that? When Catherine was in the hospital about to have a baby. And someone called pretending like they were the queen. It was a radio station that did it. And she got reprimanded, I guess, and felt so bad of what she did that she unalived herself. They called the hospital pretending like they were Queen Elizabeth, and she transferred the call to Catherine's room, and it wasn't. It wasn't Queen Elizabeth. It was a radio station doing a prank. Did that radio station get in trouble? Thank you, highly sensitive. Thank you. How many surgeons? What's their name? What's their background? That's for Catherine to know.
When Catherine had her surgery, 3, and how long that surgery took?
That I don't know, but it, apparently it couldn't have been that long because it was.
How long was she in surgery? Next thing you know, you want to know when she went to go use the bathroom. What she ate. Did William come visit? What's next, Maureen? You want to know what she had on? What outfit?
Thought to have, when she emerged, everyone thought
Unnecessary question.
that initially, that she looked pretty good. It wasn't until lab tests came back.
According to Demon Dictator, the people that did that prank and called in pretending that they were Elizabeth lost their job. It was a man and a woman. Wow. Kick to the curb.
To show the presence of cancer.
Now, look, there are other claims in this book, okay? But the reason I haven't covered them here on Outspoken is I don't particularly rate Christopher Anderson. Like, I'm very careful about what news I bring to you, and I'm very honest about what my sources are saying. But Christopher Anderson does have some other interesting information in this book. He claims that Catherine was the first royal to completely cut off and shun Prince Andrew after developing a strong revulsion towards him. Catherine had reached her limits and was done with Prince Harry despite genuinely loving him. She was particularly horrified, and he says the final straw came after that May 2025 BBC interview in which he publicly speculated in King Charles's cancer. But again,
I think Dan Wooden is friends with these people because he's not really going in on them. He's not having a conversation about Marine's questioning. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to what Marine actually said. Since it was so bad, she should keep us entertained. Right, Demon Dictator?
And legal, especially with a high-profile person such as this. I believe you. We should all believe you. Why would the palace lie about this?
Ooh.
Well, the palace, their default position is to deflect, and if they say anything at all, usually they're silent about everything. But in this particular case, I don't know. I really don't know what the reason would be, because it's the surgeons have spoken about this, So I don't know why they would. As a matter of fact, I was not aware that they were denying it. To be honest with you, I hadn't heard that.
We've heard that. I've heard that over at the Daily Mail. Why do you think also, again, another misstep, the palace was directly asked after Kate's abdominal surgery, and it was announced she would be retreating from public life. The rumors were rife. I mean, it was everything from she does have cancer to, this is one I heard, she's going into a mental hospital. She's having a breakdown.
Oh, absolutely.
She's leaving William. William's leaving her. All of these rumors flying around. Why didn't the palace just say the Princess of Wales has been diagnosed with cancer? She is undergoing treatment. We'll update you as needed.
Well, on top of that, I totally agree with you. On top of that, I think it's a mistake for the king not to have come clean about what kind of he has. I mean, and to make the announcement since he was getting having a procedure for prostate problems initially. Again, he thought it was a benign problem in the beginning. But why not? Why would the palace just issue a statement saying it's not prostate cancer? Because that then fueled this incredible speculation.
It's prostate cancer. There's precedent. You lied before about.
My heart goes out to anyone getting told their diagnosis. It must have been devastating when her biopsy results revealed cancer cells. Exactly. And Marine is on here acting like she's supposed to know what the cells were all about after doctors suspected it was benign. I think that she told us when she was supposed to tell us. And by right, they don't have to tell. They do divulge information to their public because they feel their public, that's who helped them make money, the public. So they have to divulge the information to their country, to their people. I don't know what's going on up here. All right.
Catherine's cancer. I mean, this is the thing, Christopher. It goes to the inherent credibility of the institution. You're not just addressing an ambient rumor. She's sick. You're addressing a very specific pointed question. Does the Princess of Wales have cancer? She does not have cancer. 2 months later, we lied. She's got cancer.
Right. But this happens all the time. It's the way they do business, and I've never understood. I think that they always say that Catherine has never put a foot wrong, but the palace constantly does it. So yes, they fuck the ball all the time. Don't know
And
why.
It was the I'm sorry, but remember the other precipitating event was that badly photoshopped. Was it a Mother's Day photo? And it looked like Catherine had like 2 arms, and then they made.
She is really going in on Catherine. Like, my goodness gracious. First, you talk about the C thing. Yeah, I remember when my husband's dad had cancer, but when I met him, he had cancer, but he had overcome it, and then it came back, unfortunately. Very nice father Eric had. It was really, really awesome. These 2 Muffets are laughing about this. Catherine had 3 children to tell, and let them get used to the news. That's right, demon dictator. There is such a thing as need to know. I choose who and if anyone needs to know. That's right, Michelle Lee. Comment of the moment goes to Michelle Lee. Now she's talking about this photo, this big photo that was the talk of for a very, very, very long time. This photo situation. Okay? Photo. And it was all about Kate's arm was repositioned and stupid stuff. Now they're going from, she should have told us about her cancer as soon as she got it, instead of waiting a week. First of all, who the hell are you? Who the heck are you, Marine, that I need to be giving you information that has nothing to do with you? And the council can divulge any information that they want. And like Michelle Lee said, I can give you as much as I want or nothing at all. Okay? Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Maureen must have been having a bad day or one of those days. I don't know. But back up off our Catherine. Oh, I'll be unsubscribing from that cow's channel. Marine, you done made some enemies, girlfriend. Some enemies, girlfriend.
Made my supposition Catherine take the fall for it because she's the family photographer, when William should have been the one to step in front of her and take that bullet because they were trying to conceal she was sick.
Right.
They wasn't trying to conceal.
But at that point, she was. No, that was after she had made that famous March 22nd video. So we all knew. Okay. Yeah, so that happened afterwards. It was to reassure people that she had was going through chemo and was fine. But yeah, so we did, I never understood the uproar. She was tweaking the photograph, so what? But it became a thing, yes.
Who cares?
And it
became a thing.
It didn't alter the reality of the fact that she was there with her children posing in a very sweet picture, to reassure people. I think the thing about her is, she's caught up, and you have to give her credit for being we use the word cunning and shrewd, but she has those qualities there. She wouldn't be where she is today. She has the ability to kind of navigate those treacherous waters of the monarchy. And believe me, that they're throwing obstacles in her path all the time that she has to deal with.
Now, it's reported as well that Camilla did not think Kate Middleton was good enough for the future King of England.
Well, now you have to look at this in context. And I don't know why people don't remember who Camilla was.
Is this let's rag on everyone today? Let's see. She's talking about Camilla.
They don't seem. way of doing things that monarchy pursues. But Diana never had a solid family background like Kate does. Kate's parents are still very much married and together.
Mm-hmm.
When the knives were out for her from every angle, and but somehow she managed to survive. And I think it's because of the relationship she had with William. I mean, we can be cynical about these things, but I do think there's a tremendous bond between them, and that's something that Diana never had. If you're going to make comparisons, the obvious comparisons with Diana, between Kate and Diana. They're compassionate. They make the connect. They're kind of rebels in the sense that they're not they're not going to buy the old way of doing things that monarchy pursues. But Diana never had a solid family background like Kate does. Kate's parents are still very much married and together. She never had a husband who loved her, but Kate has a husband who loves and supports her. And even though sometimes it's heavy lifting for her because he's a very introspective, at times moody individual, they are a team. And
there is another comparison to Diana.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike in Diana's time, this was openly discussed in the media, and she eventually admitted it. It's never discussed with Kate, but Kate often, as long as she's been on the scene, but as her role has intensified, she seems worryingly thin.
Yes, well, it's true, and everyone talks about it. As a matter of fact, unfortunately, she then had to undergo chemotherapy in 2024, mm-hmm. and when she made that famous video, and believe me, one take, that she wrote the script. She's a very great communicator when people give her the chance. But she was clever enough to wear a striped sweater to kind of disguise the fact that she'd lost an additional 15 pounds during chemo.
That horizontal striped sweater, which is a trick of the eye.
It is, yeah, and so
she was thin. Incredibly thin. What do you guys think about her talking about her weight? And let's just add insult to injury. She was going through chemo, and chemo does make you lose weight, your hair, and a lot of other things because it's killing things. A lot of people complain in the comments and unsubscribe too. We will be looking at some of the comments. Are these people Sussex supporters? Good question. Drop the link. Of course I will. Drop the link. Yeah, Michelle Lee, I was getting that. He wasn't talking about the nasty things that she was saying about Catherine. God, my hair. I'm not in love with my hair today. I'm having one of those bad hair days. Yup. I'm having a bad hair day. Hello. And there she goes. Hello.
Hi, everyone. These two people have made me so angry. I'm just mortified.
Ooh.
That you not only did these two people actually think this was okay, she's got producers and people watching this who think this is great. This is horrendous.
It is horrendous. And it's almost like she's got a notepad with all the negatives. And let's go over each one. Queen Elizabeth did not disclose that she had cancer. I didn't know until she got her wings. Exactly. Wow. Cancer was eating up Elizabeth too. Yes, Catherine is very thin, but again, not my business as long as she's okay. Well, I'm exactly highly sensitive, and we know why she's thin because she's gone through therapy. What's up, Cyrus, my guy? Welcome. Oh, did you guys get the BTS awards?
Yeah, you did your picture. Yeah. That was so funny.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that was so cool. I love me some Trevor Green. He's awesome.
Yeah.
So she knows.
Catherine is very thin anyway, but she's muscular.
Yeah.
That woman's got muscles on her. That girl works out. And those muscles alone show that how healthy she really is and how physical, right? Just because you're thin doesn't mean that you're unhealthy.
Doesn't mean that.
It doesn't mean anything. And just because she's once upon a time, I was very thin before the menopause and, you know, everything else.
I wish I had that problem. Do you think she's in menopause?
No, I'm saying me. I used to be very thin. I was always very thin before the menopause, and then my twin sister passed away, and then I got depressed and put a load of weight on. So was I. But and to sit there and say, and she was thin. Well, the chemotherapy makes you thin. This is awful. It's horrendous. Of course, I've seen. She, God bless her soul. She looks like she's, you know, been sick, and just give her a break. It's horrendous.
Me to have been sick, you know, she looks
really
good to have been sick. Honestly,
she does. She's beautiful, but you know, it's just awful. These people should be ashamed of themselves. And there's a lot of implications. Oh, you know, Diana had issues like, you know, bulimia. Also, and Kate's obviously very thin too. There's a lot of implication in there, and again, that's wrong.
Oh, there it is, right there. You trying to insinuate that she has a problem, Maureen?
Yeah, that's wrong. This is wrong. I hope they sue her ass for this. I really do.
You know, Meghan's mole got in that butt. So I said, well, why not? Why not find out what's really going on?
Good for Meghan's mom for saying it. Good for her. Good for people coming out and defending Catherine and sticking up for her rights to privacy and her rights as a human to, you know, and her family to have some privacy.
Some privacy.
You know, they have 3 kids who not only did they have to process the fact that, you know, she got diagnosed to the big C. They had to process it, and then they've got to tell the kids, and the kids have got to process that too. And it's scary for all of them because they know what the future holds. Yeah. And, you know, Prince William, he lost his mum when he was younger, and you must have thought the thoughts that were going through his mind that he didn't want the same thing to have his children lose their mother when they're young. This must have been the most horrific time for them all. And these 2 Muppets are sitting up there laughing points about it.
Yeah.
It's a shameful. It's made me so angry. It made me so angry, honestly. I was like, drop that link.
I love it. I love when you said
I love when you said. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. I can play the rest of it.
Wow.
She's media savvy not exactly the same way that Diana was, because, you know, Diana was such a rebel, and I'm all team Diana, I have to tell you.
Demon Dictator, I'm gonna mute you because you got background noise.
Let me switch that fan off. Hold on.
No, it's not.
No, it's not the. Oh, I've got the windows open. Hold on.
No, it's not the windows.
No, it's not.
It's not the windows or the air. I can't hear any of that.
Windows are the air.
The echo of me in the background.
Oh, okay. Let me come out and come back in again.
Okay.
Because she was up against so much, and she really injected this new life into the monarchy. There would not be a possibility of a Kate if it weren't for Diana. And you know, I just think that now we're seeing a woman like who's kind of Diana 2.0. She has all the help she needs in terms of emotional support from William, I think, and they're moving forward. And George, I think, is going to take the monarchy into the 22nd century.
I think we all think George is definitely modernizing this monarchy. I do. I wanted to go back a minute, though, because you mentioned again something that is conveniently been rewritten to make Charles and Camilla one of the grandest love stories of our time. Charles had many mistresses. It wasn't just Camilla. And, you know, I adhere to that old saw. When you marry your mistress, you create a job opening. So what do we know about, we know that Charles and Camilla, they do seem very well suited to each other.
Right.
She seems a great support to him, but we do know they have their own residences.
Yes, but
I know that's common, but yes, yeah,
it's common, and they're very together. I mean, there's no question that they're the love match. Even Diana.
It's you also mentioned that Camilla was throwing all of these obstacles in Kate's way. Do you know any specific examples of ways in which she tried to thwart Kate or discourage her from this romance?
Well, she has allies. There's again Team Camilla. One thing people don't realize is the fact that this is the whole royal setup basically is competition among the various royal houses. And when you think about it, it's all about money because they're trying to get the dollars for their various causes and philanthropies. So Charles does not want to be upstaged. He hated being upstaged by Diana, and he doesn't want to even be upstaged by his son, William. So there is that kind of competition. I'm a warts and all biographer.
I don't believe that King Charles is afraid or worried or concerned about William outstaging him. He does it all the time anyway. He listen, even if he didn't want it, it's too bad, too sad, because William is dominating.
Yeah, I don't believe. I've heard about this before. Some people do say that there is warring between them, but I just personally don't believe it. They're all, the king is the queen is the queen. You're not going to get higher than that. And then Charles became king. You're not going to get higher than him. And then William and Kate will have their turn, and everyone gets their turn.
Yeah, everybody gets their turn.
I don't believe that they're fighting each other. No family is perfect, and I know that Charles and William have had issues. We all know that. They've said it themselves. That's perfectly okay, but it's the press who are just continuously
I don't care.
Making up these stories that it's behind the scenes it's worse, and I think that since Harry and Meghan have come along, I think the family's become a lot closer, to be honest, personally.
And I think, like you said, every family, there's going to be some kind of discord. Yes.
Yeah. Now they've got the two monsters of Montecito. They've become a lot closer.
Yeah. They want attention so bad.
If you read my books, I've written some pretty scathing things about politicians and whatnot. But if she has any serious character flaws, I cannot find them. I felt the same way about JFK Jr. I thought that he was really just in the end, a great guy. And I feel the same way about her. It's a super human being.
Coffee lovers, and I am one, know the struggle. You want the taste, the ritual, the energy, up and go.
Right.
And he dumped her. And then there was, I told you to get over there. You're a troublemaker. Please tell them the nerve. Please tell them the nerve sent you. Christopher, what were you able to learn about the time period between William breaking up with Kate and they had been, the world sort of understood that they were probably on a marriage track and they've been together since college. They've been together for years. She sort of took a nominal job that allowed her to drop everything. When William called and said, come join me this week, she would just drop and go. And he dumped her. And then there was this gap between their.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. You wish you had a man. Wish you had a prince. Sounds like a little bit of jealousy to me, Maureen. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're telling, she got dumped. She got dumped. She got dumped. I wouldn't say she got dumped. I think they went on a freeze moment. And even if she did get dumped, she moved on. What is her point?
I think they was together a long time. I've been in one very, very, very long-term relationship in the past. And it was one of those moments where you're like, are we going to get married and take it to the next level?
Yeah.
Because you've been together for so long, you're like, okay, are we going to go to the next step, get married and have children? Or
we're going to be in friends forever?
Or are we going to split? Which one is it going to be? Because are we that serious or not? And that's what I believe they got to that point. And in the end, like me and my partner at the time, we just decided we split and we decided that no, marriage and children were not right for us. We still loved each other. We still speak to each other actually today.
So you both agreed. Okay.
Yeah, but we decided that marriage and children, because I never wanted kids. I love children, but I didn't want them myself, and he did, and so I said, I'm not the right person for you then. And so I just
didn't want kids.
No, I don't want them. I love them,
but you didn't want any kids.
No, I didn't want any children, and it was, and we still speak to each other, but and sadly he never met anybody, and he didn't have kids in the end, but sadly. And I just believe that's what it was. Sometimes you got to just go, you know, we've got to a certain point, we've been together for a long time, are we going to get married? And sometimes that little break makes that decision one way or another, and that's what I believe they have, you know, because they did get back.
I've been through that in some relationships where at some point I'm like, okay, what we're gonna do, is this it? And even like the last one, I should have never even been in that relationship, but the one before that, I was like, okay, what we're gonna do? We're gonna move to the next level or what? And no, we were not moving, and so I said, I'm out. And yeah, I'm like, I'm wasting my time with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know what I want. And unfortunately, my mistake of not finding out what he wanted in the beginning.
Yeah. And when you're young, you think you've got all the time in the world, and you don't really.
No, you don't. You got to put them eggs up and then figure it out.
Yeah.
You do. And you got to be open. You can't be closed-minded to just a certain type of person.
Yeah.
You got to open up your heart and your mind to be open to it. Not crazy stuff, but you know, the norm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, Maureen. It's perfectly okay not to want kids. I have friends that didn't want. They were like, "No, I got my fur babies. We're good," you know.
Yeah, I did. When my twin sister had 2 kids, and I love them, and I love children, but I just went, "This is not for me." I wouldn't have been a good mum, and I know that. I mean, I would have been.
You know that. At least you know that there's something that you don't want to do, and you don't want to put yourself in that situation where you have to do it. Yeah. That sucks. I wanted another one, but I'm too old. And when I say I'm too old, not too old to carry the baby, because they said I could. But I'm just physically and mentally. I just don't think my brain will be able to, you know, it's just too much.
Yeah, you know, I know what you mean.
Younger, I could have easily pulled off 2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's hard work having kids, and you gotta want it.
Hard work. You have to want it badly.
You have to want it, and I just didn't. I always said I'd love to meet someone who's got children and be a part of a family. I just didn't want them myself.
Well, you act like you're gone. You still have an opportunity to date, to have fun, to meet.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to. That's if you want to.
Yeah, of course. I'd love to meet someone. And like I said, I'd love to meet someone who's got a family and be a part of a family. But I just didn't want to. Like, I'd love to be a stepmom, but I just not kids.
Oh, you know what? RGM is single.
Who is?
RGM is single. He's an engineer, I think. He's an engineer. His name is RGM. And he said he was single. And I told him I would be looking out for him. But I think he's in the United States. That could be a problem.
Yeah. That might be expensive dating. Oh, sorry, ice cream van's coming. Hold on.
But would you be open to date an American?
Hang on.
The ice cream man man is coming down the road.
He wants ice cream. He wants ice cream.
Not our street, honey. From
Kira's gonna get ice cream.
Okay, I'll tell him to come down the street.
I'll send him down, Kira, when he's finished with my street.
Thank you. Judy Bird in a long distance relationship. Yeah, I need pictures of what he looks like first to make sure. What's your type? And I asked you this question: are you open to with an American relationship?
Yeah, nothing wrong with American.
Okay,
but if it's different countries, it's complicated. Different countries, it's complicated.
It is very complicated, but it can make a difference. It could work.
How old is he? Sorry, side chat. We're just having a chat amongst ourselves. How old is he?
I think I'm gonna say he's in his 40s. I want to say that.
Oh, see, I'm nearly 51. See, I'm nearly 51. I don't know.
No, we got to see. We got to get a picture. We got to get a picture of him. I'm gonna see if I can get one. And then we'll go from there, because we do got to see what he looks like. You know,
okay,
up and up. And then I'll find out what age he is, and but he's been single for a couple of months now. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
long enough for the relationship to be over. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
why not?
It's
not gonna hurt. But I'm 51. You might not want an older woman, or not. Some people do.
You never know, and he may be the same age. I don't really know just yet, but I'm gonna check into it. You guys know who RGM is. Let's get into his business. I want to know everything there is to know about him, where he lives, all that good stuff. Maybe you can come make a visit to the United States. You never know what might happen.
What state? What state?
I gotta find that out.
Texas.
I gotta find out what state he's in. RGM, if you're out there, he's been in my chat before. Yeah, he's out there. I'll get him. I'll get his age. I'll get his, how tall he is.
I'm tall. I'm 5'10". I'm very tall.
Oh, you are tall. Okay, highly sensitive. I know that's right. You're an aunt. I was an aunt for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's the thing, highly sensitive. You gotta want it, or you gotta want it, and if you don't,
Yeah, you gotta want it. Because right there, like me and my husband was like on the cusp of like, should we do this or shouldn't we? And I was like, it's not going to be about me anymore. And that's going to suck a do. So yeah, we sat down and we really thought about it and said, our lives will change. Hey, little bit.
Yeah.
And it did.
Why is this scary, Elle? Elle's in the chat. Here he comes. Yeah.
Marine.
You're right, Marine. Moldy. I'm going moldy in bed tonight.
Daisy RGM seems very kind, which he is. He was up on my panel once, and a lovely and polite to me always. He's always nice and polite to me too. He seems like a very nice human. Yeah, I don't want to just pick you up with anyone. But we still got to get to know a little bit more about him. This is starting to sound scary. Which part? Let's see what
getting back together. And the reporting at the time was that Carol Middleton Kate's mother, who had kind of bred her for this. She wanted her daughter to marry the future king.
Why not?
Gave her a tutorial. Why not? Gave her a tutorial on how to get William back. And it was go out on the town, be photographed, having a great time, go pick up your life, resume, show him you are doing better than ever. And it seemed to have worked.
Right, with Pippa, no less, her sister. I was in London when that was announced, and it's funny because I had a book that we had just closed. It was going to press, and it was about part of it was about the relationship between this young woman and him. And of course, they'd been together for, at that point, 5 years, and we thought any moment now they'd announce their engagement. Well, he calls her and breaks up over the phone.
Brutal.
With her. Brutal.
So
brutal. Right? Brutal, and boy. Who was responsible for that? Camilla and Charles, because they both basically pressured William into either asking her or just cut her loose because it's not fair to keep her hanging.
Exactly what Philip did to Charles regarding Diana.
Exactly.
They'd been on like 3 dates, and Philip says to him regarding this 19-year-old virgin he barely knows whose sister he dated, you better shit or get off the pot in some substance. You better make her an honest woman. Yes. And he forever blamed Philip for that catastrophe. And he turns around and does it to his eldest, the future king.
History repeats itself. People do this kind of thing all the time. Yeah, no, and so she was, believe me, in London at the time, it was just mind blowing. We had to get, stop the presses and stick in something. But I said, even in that update, that they're going to get back together. I didn't think they would get back together within 6 weeks, which is what they did. And he came crawling back when William did to Kate, when he realized what he was missing. And she was doing dramatic things. There's pictures in the book of her,
Are you there, Letitia?
Sorry, I was just talking.
You're on mute.
Sorry about that. What I was saying is William is lucky to have Catherine. He almost messed up and didn't get the girl. And then he would have been with somebody else, probably not Catherine, as wonderful as she is. He realized, oopsie days, he was missing her. I miss you. I think
it's true.
Exactly what you said. Catherine's like, look, I'm tired of being, waiting for you to decide on what the hell you want. And I'm right here in front of you. And if you don't get a clue soon, I'm out. Yep.
I love it, man. First of all, you're talking about finding out all you can about a stranger. We're actually joking, and it's not doxing. That's like doxing. First of all, we are actually joking. We're not going to find out personal things about him at all. And secondly, doxing is when you're going to put it online, and we're not going to put anything confidential about anybody online. So you can just stop that now. You can stop that now.
Stop the bad narrative, Earl. And there is nothing wrong with two people that are single that would like to have a conversation with each other. There's nothing wrong with that. That's all we're talking about. And what I'm saying is, what? Whoa, look at you. And what I'm saying is,
And Earl, I've been called worse than the Trump supporter. Don't worry about that. He called me a Trump supporter.
A Trump supporter? You don't know Trump.
That was funny, Earl. No, Daisy said to Earl, "Oh, do you want to?"
Introducing someone to someone else. And no, I don't know much about him, but me and Demon Dictator is going to get to know him together. How about that? And he is going to tell us where he lives and what he does and all that other stuff. But that doesn't mean we're going to tell everybody.
He's not a stranger. He comes in her he's Letitia's friend. He's not a stranger. But no, Daisy said to was it Daisy? Daisy said to Earl, "Oh, are you jealous? Do you want a date with Demon Dictator?" And he said no. Earl said no. That he's like dating a Trump supporter.
Yeah,
that was funny. That was funny.
He's just jealous because no one's hooking him up. Sorry about that, Earl.
But whatever the guy's name is, if you're watching this, we're not going to find out your personal sensitive information
Oh, yes, we
behind
are.
the scenes. And well, Letitia is, I'm not, for legal reasons, I'm not going to go do that.
All we want to know is his name.
And we're not going to be putting it online or where anyone can see it. Okay, just ignore Earl.
Yeah, his name, where he lives, what type of person he is, what kind of work does he do, you know, what are your hobbies, dislikes, what happened in your last relationship, was it you?
Earl, I think me and you would have fun, you know. We'd
Come on.
argue. We would have fun. We would argue the whole time, but we would have fun.
I know that's right, Debbie. Comment of the moment. Come on, Earl. Finding out about a stranger for one person's reason is different than doxing. Hello? Why would I find out about him just to dox him? That's a weird.
No, Earl, I said that one sentence was funny. I don't think you're funny. I said the one sentence was funny.
See?
Let's not go crazy, Earl. Just that one sentence was funny.
Cool. Cool. All right, enough from Maureen. We know she's a scumbag, and we're gonna move on to Thomas Jr., Demon Dictator. Now, I don't know how much of him we're gonna watch, but we're gonna see if he has anything new and interesting to say to us. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. It looks like he did a live the other day, and he just did one. The trolls are attacking. Let's do the trolls are attacking instead
I
of.
haven't seen this one. I've been working all day, so I didn't
You
see
see,
this one.
you haven't? No, this one's new. What about the just hello and catching up?
That one when he was Markle in the black dress, I was laughing so much. It was
Yeah,
so
that
funny.
was good. He needs to keep it up. I mean, he had her down to a T.
Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining in. You're probably looking for the earlier program, but obviously we keep having technical difficulties, God knows from where, but pretty sure I know where. It's endless. It is endless. So my scheduled show for 8 o'clock, yes, of course, going live isn't available right now. Well, gosh, why? Why do I keep getting buffered? Why do I just keep, being suppressed on YouTube? But, I guess you just got to keep on trying, but that's why we're doing this, right? For one specific reason and one only. And it's never ending. It is never ending. And the last show, the last post was like, we got to talk about some comments, and that's what we're going to do. So, let's do a little 2 hours. Gonna be talking for a while. Hang on one second, guys. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I started a little bit early because I had to shut down, start over, repost, relist, redo everything. And I usually have to do that 2 times because there is somebody who does not want anybody to talk about anybody on the internet. And we all know who that is. This goes back 8 years. It's just the problems that are created for people. And the threats, I mean, death threats and scamming and hacking and just making people's lives difficult. Now, everybody knows that it's, you know, you have to have money and you have to have friends in high places with money to be able to pull this off. For all the little guys out here, just, you know, trying to just get by here on YouTube or any other platform. My Instagram's screwed up. It's never been the same. And, you know, same with TikTok. And I don't make any money on TikTok. I'm not monetized on TikTok. I'm not monetized on Instagram, but it doesn't matter. They go in there and they just make it completely disgusting and irritating for you to even want to carry on. So anyway, let me see who we got here in the house. And the reason I know all this is because it's an ongoing, continuous problem. And the only reason it's an ongoing, continuous problem is because somebody's popularity sucks so bad right now, but it's always sucked. And it always will suck. And there's nothing in the world that's going to change that. You know, I mean, the internet and freedom of speech is changing on a daily basis. And now you got the AI and you got everything popped in on top of that. And they just make it harder and harder and harder and harder. So somebody who owns this company or that company or whatever, that maybe a certain swamp donkey did some unimaginable, disgusting favors for, allegedly, in my opinion, and then maybe did them for their friends and their friends and their friends and their friends. God knows, who knows anymore? But that circle of money is just so damn untouchable for us little guys. And it's just ongoing. It just never ends. But let's say hi to a few people here. Pip T, hope you are well. I think I'm doing okay. You know, just, you know, frustration aside from that, it's okay. Market Garden, hello. Nice to see you also. Tiwi, hello. Laugh a lot from Devon, UK. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate everybody joining in. Everybody just, you know, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that share, become a member, whatever it takes. But there's a super chat going, and that's going to be dedicated for one thing and one thing only, like it says in the caption. All right. Sue Ellen Pratt, hello from Queensland. Thanks for coming.
He's saying hello to his subscribers.
Alki Comer, good evening from Australia. Thank you so much for the blessings for me and Dad. Thank you so much.
That he is not
Sonia, a member. Hi, Tom. It's Wendy.
Debbie, but he is the Duchess of Sussex sister. He must have something important to say.
Day in Scotland. Well, we've got some pretty nasty. I mean, does this fit the glove? I mean, that is a fantastic picture, but let's see.
Did you go
Let
in
me go to
on
these comments
this?
here real quick. First of all, what got me going
Hello, happy
to
life.
change this today's show was I read a comment from Patricia something, and I blocked it and I deleted it, whatever. But the comment said, "Funny how the Markles have been so quiet for a while because Meghan delivered a lawsuit legal letter to my father in the hospital." Who are these people? And where do they get the only, you know, that didn't happen.
Meghan sent lawyers to her father's bedside while his leg was being amputated. Instead of checking on her father, to see if he's doing okay and if he's all right, instead of that, because everybody, the media, the countries, and everyone was wondering, was she going to reach out to her father during this particular time? And they asked her, and she said she doesn't have his phone number, making excuses. I sent him an email that was returned. I don't know the phone number to where he's at. Every excuse in the book that she thought she could come up with, she came up with. But guess what? The excuses wasn't excusing. Okay? They were not doing their job. She looks like an idiot because she didn't go see her father. And now, to put icing on the cake, she is going to bring lawyers inside her father's hospital room where he's trying to recover and recoup. And instead of sending him some flowers and something nice to get well soon, she sends her lawyers. I'm sending my lawyers over there.
Yeah, that was mean. That's the low.
Yeah, it was a very low blow. Hello, Happy Life. It's so good to see you. It was the lowest of the lowest. But here's the kicker. Then she goes around to these hospital beds and rooms like she give a care. And you don't care about these people.
Your music's really loud. Yeah, your lady music's very loud. I'm not sure if you know.
No, Earl, you seem to have the facts distorted. Okay, they're a little distorted when it comes to you because you like to rewrite the narrative just like Meghan does instead of talking about reality. Like, because right now your girl is somewhere pouting because ain't nobody talking about her as much as we used to. We're talking about other people, other royalty. You know she's gonna get upset.
Your lady Letitia music is very loud. Over.
My music is loud.
Yeah, you can't hear you behind it. It's very loud.
Yeah, it looked like it just got loud all of a sudden. Oh, I think it's your background. Yeah, come back in.
Is it me again?
Come back.
Oh.
Yeah, Demon Dictator, come out and come. Yeah. Tell him, Cece. They're not facts. They're narratives. They're like the 2-hour car chase. He can't explain that. Earl can't explain why his girl lied and said that she was in a 2-hour car chase in Manhattan. What he will try to do is deflect and talk about something else surrounding the incident. She proved to us. You have proven to us, Meghan, despite all this philanthropy crap-a-doolittle that you so-called is all up on, you have proven to us that you don't care about anybody but yourself. No one but yourself. You showed us with your father. Is that factual, or did they come from this brother? The brother seems a little envious to me. Oh, is what factual? Lisa.
Right, I'm back. Yeah, the Netflix, all the Netflix documentaries that Oprah interview was proven with solid facts to not be true. It was proven to not be true. Anyway.
Yes, he does, Cece. I believe Earl has a crush on Meghan. But you know, Earl, she wouldn't give you the time of day. First of all, you ain't got enough money for her. And you ain't got enough clout. The facts of what Thomas said in his own documentary, the facts are what Meghan said in Oprah in her Netflix doc. No, I heard it from myself, Earl. I heard it from myself. And I took it and made a conclusion that Meghan sit on Oprah Winfrey's couch or sofa or wherever they was, and she sat there and lied to the United States and the whole universe, lying to us.
It was, but and it was. They were proven with solid evidence that to not be true.
She's like a daughter. Please. She would treat you just like she's treating her own father. What would make you a different from her own father? Her father gave her everything. He did everything for her. He was nice. He was kind. He wasn't this evil monster. She had a great dad, a great life. But now that she's done with him and he has no use to her, she's thrown him away. And Earl, she would throw you away too. What possible important information could someone who hasn't seen what they've taken for over 25 years have to impart? Debbie? He has just as much information as I do. And I'm going to mute you real quick. He's the brother. Whether he knows her or not, he still has information that could be important to us, at least to me. I don't care if we've never met her. He still has something to say. And if as long as he has something to say, I want to hear what he has to say. And the information that he provides, some of it could be useless, but some of it is very interesting to me. Just like when he noticed different things about his sister, the fact that she didn't come visit the father, the fact that she didn't help financial, the fact that she has kicked her father to the grave. Yeah, he has a right and a purpose to talk about it. I would. That she sent lawyers to the hospital. That's fact. That's factual. That's factual. This is what happened, Lisa. Let me break it down to you, girlfriend. So when she found out her father was in the hospital, Meghan Markle, the Duchess. When she found out her father was in the hospital, she lied to the public and said that she reached out to him through email. Pick up the phone and dial the hospital's phone number and say, this is Meghan Markle, the father of Marco. I need to speak to my dad. Is that what she did? Hell no. Then she lied and said that she doesn't have his phone number anymore. Meghan told us, I don't have my daddy's phone number anymore, so I can't get in contact with him. You're a liar. Because he told us, the father said that he hasn't changed his number ever. He's at the same number forever. So you're lying. You do have your father's number. And even if you don't think you do, someone can get it to you, Mega do. These are her excuses. This is the things that she came up with to deflect and to pretend that she somewhat cared about her father, but didn't make a move. And the move that she did make was embarrassing, nasty, and disgusting. Then Lisa, guess what? She sent, what else did she do? This happened in 2 weeks. Still hadn't contacted her father. Still no communication after 2 weeks. Then she sends her lawyers to the Philippines and videotapes his amputee leg. Videotapes it. Now, Thomas Sr. should have said, hell no, You're not finna videotape my leg. But obviously, he let him videotape it. I think, and we're not sure, that she sent him a cease and desist. A cease and desist. Number one, her lawyer showed up with a letter from her, certified. He had to sign off on it like he was signing his life away. And then the lawyers left, and that was the end of the story. Whereas Meghan, you didn't go see your father. You didn't send him something, but you sent him some lawyers. Girl, please. Talking about she care about online stuff. Yeah, he is, Debbie. Car chase is a perfect example. Please, you can't flip it. You can't turn it around. You can't rediscuss it. You can't fix the fact that Meghan lied about being chased for 2 hours in Manhattan. A liar-do. The mayor came out and debunked her. So Earl, stop with the nonsense. You believe the media. I believe what that's what Meghan said. Your girl, your daughter, I'm going to start calling her that. Your daughter, said she was in a 2-hour car chase in Manhattan. It's all over the news. She said it. It came from her camp, her mouth. Facts. Instead of statements filled and accepted by a UK High Court from the New York PD Chief of Intelligence. What? See, that's deflect. Lisa. This is what we call deflection and deniability and no accountability right there. That's what we call that. Junior also seems pretty happy about no longer having to watch after Pops. You know, I find that interesting too. Who's watching him now? His new bride?
So these people just make up stuff, right? They're all paid for, by the way. Every single one of them is paid for. But, you know, it's just like.
Well, that's too bad, Earl. If you think you need to go because of something you had did to your daughter, then so be it. Okay? But just so you know, Thomas Markle Sr. didn't do anything to Meghan but birth her. It made a menace to society. She lied 3 days before she lied on the Oprah interview. She's a liar. She's a liar. She's a bully. She's not a philanthropist. She lied about going to see, reaching out to her father. She lied about those attempts. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that speaks volumes. That says a lot about your girl, her heart, her soul. She's a sociopath, a psychopath, and a sociopath in a narcissistic situation. And you know what, Earl? You can have her. But the problem with that is she don't want you. Samantha are dead to Meghan. Yep, that is true. The whole family is dead to Meghan because Meghan is too good for them. I'm better than my brother and my sister and my father. They're beneath me. My sister has an ailment. My father has lost a leg now. And Junior, I just can't stand him because he's always on YouTube telling the truth about me. Okay, Demon Dictator. Well, all the caps, Earl. No need for cap letters. Okay. I think there's something with the caps. Which fact, babe? Your facts are not faxing. No, Earl. You and Delulu. I'm sure she saw it. Lisa brought the video back so she could see her dad's leg. What was the point of the video, Earl? Why did your girl send lawyers down to the Philippines to videotape her father's leg if she's dead to him? Move on. Don't say nothing. I think it would be better that way. Okay, Daisy. So glad to see you today. Thank you, Fanadu. Earl's wrong. That's why he's so uptight. No, he's okay. I'll let you know when he's being bad. Okay, let's move on. Let's see.
Like, who says stuff like that? These people are so hardcore dedicated to protect somebody so unworthy of being protected. You know, and I don't need to mention names because I don't need to mention names because everybody knows. Everybody knows. And it just goes on to the same old song and dance that's been going on for
the same old song and dance that's been going on since when? Since she met him? Since she came in like a wrecking ball? Do, 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 do. Yeah, she came in like a wrecking ball. Nope, he may or may not have nothing new to say today, Debbie, but there's always a chance. There's always a chance. Yeah, Earl, it can be rude. It is correct that whomever took whatever Dominic Meghan Markle had delivered conventionally went into Mr. Markle's room after T Jr. left. Why? I bet the letter said, leave me the hell alone and don't contact me no more because I'm no longer your daughter. Period. That's how she's talking to her dad. I'm no longer your daughter, so let it go, forget about it, and move on. I want nothing to do with you, Daddy-ola.
For 8 years now, right?
8 years.
You start your relationship out with a lie.
A lie.
Straight out lies, right? So what do you expect people to do? Especially family members.
I just wonder how many times have Meghan lied to Harry to where he knows she's lying to him and he accepts the lie as being fact. I believe she has damaged Harry's brain cells. Harry ain't Harrying it anymore. He's a frog. He's allowed this woman to come in and redirect his path on life, his path with his family and friends, and has destroyed his legacy. He's no longer a working royal. He's exiled.
Because that's what you did. And
yes,
everybody knows it.
She
because
did.
We didn't stay silent. We spoke out to protect ourselves and tell the truth. You know, you weren't an orphan, okay?
You weren't an orphan.
You had a half brother and sister, right? You weren't poor. You didn't have to scrape 2 nickels together at Sizzler Salad Bar and share it with the family either, you know? And it was just one after another. Okay, so that's how all this got started. All right. Now, I've learned a hell of a lot in the last 4 years about a lot of things, and that's going to come out later, but it's going to come out. Definitely.
Oh, new information.
But when you have these people in your pocket, okay, from all the dirty, nasty, whatever connections were made before in the past, you know, and that's really how this happened. And the one person responsible for putting you there is your father. You know, my father put Meghan in this position. Now, it's nobody's fault but hers to sit there and fumble the ball and, you know, do whatever and just keep.
She did fumble the ball. She fumbled the ball. And that's what she keeps doing. Tell us, Junior, how she keeps fumbling.
You know, telling people lies, you know, and that's how it happened. That right there spawned, you know, 50 other YouTubers, 50 other social media platforms, 50 other, you know, X, Instagram, all of them, right? That's what happened. Nobody else's fault but yours. So, and this one comment really got to me. And that was, this was from, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I don't need to say the name. I'm just going to read the comment. Okay, Tom, remember H used to have Jack Dorsey on speed dial. Okay. So I've wondered if
whoever
Meghan
wants
has
to come
H,
up and join the line,
has an H call Dorsey and have him call somebody at YouTube, Google, because they all know each other. And that is spot on the truth right there.
Exactly, Michelle Lee.
Meghan is definitely censoring people's voices. And I can vouch for that because I don't even have to say allegedly in my opinion because I know this for a fact. I've been censored and messed with for 8 years, along with my sister, Samantha, everybody.
Girl.
Just us and everybody included. Whoever says.
Preach on it, Junior. If anybody wants to come up, they're more than welcome. Earl, I'm not Googling anything. If there's something you want me to see, put it in the link. I'm in the middle of a live. Harry never had a brain. Ooh, Harry never had brain cells to destroy in the first place, Lady Letitia. Harry, dang it, you're getting cut off. You never had any brain cells. Maybe that's why he was so easily able to be convinced into leaving his home to go live a new life with her in Montecito. It is new information. And even if he's regurgitating, it's true. Hello, what Queenie? What illustration? No, I didn't. Oh God, if Earl comes up. You're welcome to come up, Earl. He's been writing a book. He should. Go ahead and get that book out. I would try to remember everything I knew about her, from crawling to eating to walking to school to college. I would even investigate people. Go and he can't write no book. Tom Bauer already wrote it. Harry stays too zooted. Ooh. To pay attention. Harry, are you under the influence? But if he understands, he starts to think about not getting his chicken roasted, and reality goes out the window. Comment of the moment, Michelle Lee.
Anything negative, right? If you don't want people to say negative things about you, by the way, you know, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out what to do. It's pretty simple. So Meghan is definitely censoring people's voices. And they hired goons to shut down a channel named Yankee Wally. right? Now I know about this. 70-year-old disabled pensioner.
I know what it concluded. It concluded your girl running around line on the New York police officers and the mayor. That's what happened in New York City. We all saw it with our own eyes. Okay? Earl? Oh, the New York mayor responds. Lisa, let me let you listen to what the mayor said.
Whose only lifeline was social media. Just another guy with just another channel with an opinion, right? Meghan shut her out of every platform, YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, and a couple others. And what, who does that, right? If you can't dish it out, don't take it. I mean, if you can't take it, don't dish it out, sorry. It's just incredible, right? And this just goes back, and this has been covered so many times. So you guys want to talk about censoring right now? Normally when I've done this before, I have 4,000 or 5,000 people viewing. Since I got back on, it's very, very little. And I know it's being censored. It's obvious it's being censored. My views used, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 views. Now it's what, 2, 3, 4, 5. So did somebody make a phone call? Does somebody work at YouTube? Is somebody in Meghan's payroll pocket? If I had to put money on it, allegedly, in my opinion, that's my opinion. And that's exactly what's happening. So it's no mystery that from day one, Meghan didn't want anybody to know that she had any family or anything like that. She wanted everybody out of the picture from day one. Ooh. Day one, as soon as she, did all this royal stuff, And
Meghan was plotting and planning and trying to figure out a way she was going to dump her family. She's trying to figure out a way to dump her father to the point where he wasn't invited to the wedding. Okay? It was so upsetting to him that he had a heart attack. But did she go see him after the wedding, after his heart attack? Did she call him? Did she check to see if he was okay? Even if you don't even want to talk to your father anymore, the least you could do is call and check on him. You nasty, useless, selfish piece of crap-a-doo. Meghan, that's what you are. You're a fake phony. And I don't care what your father has done. I do. But he's not done anything to you for you to treat him this way. And karma's a bitch. It's going to come biting you on your butt, girl. The way you treat your father is going to come back and get you. It says it in the Bible. Treat your parents when they get older with respect. So much. Honor thy father, thy mother. This girl is, to me, not only is she dangerous, but if you come in contact with her, you're going to get markled. She's going to befriend you, and then she's going to throw you out to the wolves and said she never even knew you. Good luck on bouncing back. Oh, Lisa feels bad for Earl, guys. That's okay. Sometimes we do go a little hard on Earl. I have to back off sometimes, Lisa. Yes, she did. That's so sad, Marine. Are you just not finding out, love? Earl, come up. Come up and state your claim. We'll give you the floor. Try to convince Lisa why Meghan is such this great, wonderful person. why it was okay for her not to go see her dad. No, I think Junior has every right to talk about his sister and talk about what she's done and what she's doing. Whether it's regurgitating it or not, it's still important. Anybody wonder how the guys is living? He has no visible means of support. And guess what? You would think somebody with millions and millions of dollars would give a shit about someone that's less fortunate. But she doesn't. All she does is dress up in thousands and thousands worth of jewelry and luxury clothes and go around people that are less fortunate than her and throw it in their faces. Why are you going to a soup kitchen with all this jewelry on? You want them to compliment you, Meghan? She's tone deaf. Lisa got your back, Earl. Come on up. Tell your side of the story. His side is Meghan's side. So take it for what it's worth.
And she made this mess. And
she made this mess. The mess that she's in, the mess that she's made, the messes that she has done, she's created all these messes. She's a bully. She's been investigated. She's demon dictator in heels. She's been investigated. She left the royal family for a better life, as she said. Is it better or is it getting worse? Hollywood has kicked her out. The UK has kicked her out. Americans have kicked her out. Australia has kicked her out. No one but the Sussex squad cares.
Allegedly, in my opinion, her charity scam money is paying to clean it up. Allegedly, in my opinion, of course. But that's just my opinion. Because you would think that there is somebody definitely out there funding this, and it's probably a bunch of dirty secret favors. And maybe they're on the hook, maybe they're implicated, maybe they have to do it, so somebody stays silent. I don't know. But it's a pretty messed up world right now when everybody really just opens up their eyes and really look what's going on in every country. Censorship is just destroying everything. There is no freedom of speech. You're being watched 24 hours a day. You can't say this, you can't say that. But no, just keep doing what we tell you to do. And it's all just a big circle of money. And they all protect each other. And nothing's getting done about it. So it's like stuff like this. It's just crazy. People, right? Other channels, many other channels, the death threats, the attempted home invasions, the arson, the stalking. It's pretty serious. And these are just a bunch of morons who just say, "Oh yeah, I'll go do that. Yeah, just give and they just you pay them a few bucks and they go do it because they're stupid, right? Who knows? But we can all just hope that one day this all comes to just a screeching halt. And it's just so hard. It's so frustrating for everybody on YouTube, everybody on all the other social media platforms, right? You're allowed to go out there and be a hypocrite and do everything ass backwards, and pretend you're this person and pretend you're that person and pretend you're this nice and pretend you're just so, my God, over the top special.
Preach.
When you do everything in the background ass backwards and it's just all opposite of what you're trying to portray. It doesn't take very, oh my God, over the top special. When you do everything in the background ass backwards and it's just all opposite of what you're trying to portray, it doesn't take very, very many brain cells to figure out what's going on. And that's just not me. That's just everybody, right? You can, fool me once, not gonna, fool me twice, ain't gonna happen. And that's the way it goes with the general public because everybody sees through you like a wet paper towel. There's nothing there. So it's just really, really, really disturbing that, you know, people that, you know, have befriended me on the internet, befriended me on YouTube, get harassed so bad, a lot of people, to where they have to actually make police reports. And it's just, it's pretty sad.
So basically, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but he is saying that basically that the Sussex Squad is making people that are bullying people to the point where they have to call the police. The brother seems like a grifter. He is grifting off his sister's name, but getting info the same way you do, LL. That's true. That's absolutely true, Lisa. But I still feel like he is still a part of Meghan. He is not royalty, but he has a royal sister, half royal sister. And it's interesting to me to find out what he has to say, even if he's regurgitating it about what the media is saying. But nothing wrong with reminding us of who she is as a person. And I would be doing the same thing he's doing. As a matter of fact, I'd be grifting harder. Yeah, I'll be grifting a lot harder. I'll be making a lot more money. That book he said he was gonna write, I probably would have wrote that already. She ain't giving me no money. She ain't giving nobody no dollar or no quarter or no super sticker. No. She's a cheap, rich. Give you the mayor. Let's do the mayor's response. This is what the mayor said after she lied, Lisa, about a 2-hour car chase in Manhattan. Okay. Sure, highly sensitive. Please make your suggestion. No, and he will never be a part of it. He'll never be a part of Meghan's history. He was a part of her, little bit of her past, but he'll never be a part of her future. Neither will Senior, neither will Samantha, neither will the royals. No one will. Meghan's cut everyone out of her life that can't do anything for her. She's still holding on to Harry because he's valuable. Let's see what the New York police officer had to say. Okay. This is what he said to us all, that basically Meghan was lying. Okay? Now, you don't have to believe me, but here it is right here. Let me see if I can turn it up. All right. Go for it, Mayor.
Did you say anything about the response to a paparazzi chase involving Prince Harry and his wife last night? Pretty scary. Apparently, 2 NYPD officers involved. We all know the history with that family here. What do you know about that? What can you tell New Yorkers and about that?
It's clear that the press, paparazzis, they want to get the right shot. They want to get the right story. But public safety must always be at the forefront. The briefing I received, 2 of our officers could have been injured. New York City is different from a small town somewhere. You shouldn't be speeding anywhere, but this is a densely populated city. And I think all of us, I don't think there's many of us who don't recall how his mom died, and it would be horrific to lose an innocent bystander during a chase like this, and something to have happened to them as well. So I think we have to be extremely responsible. I thought that was a bit reckless and irresponsible.
Mayor Adams, just to follow up to that, can you share more details about the briefing that you received, and if they confirmed that this was a 2-hour chase? Because this is a densely populated town, as you mentioned, there's lots of traffic, and just did they confirm that the duration was 2 hours in New York City traffic, and just any other details you might be able to share about the briefing, please?
No, I'm going to be brief in depth later on today, and to give the exact time frame of how long. I would find it hard to believe that there was a 2-hour high-speed chase. That would be, I find it hard to believe, but we will find out the exact duration of it. But if it's...
There it is right there in your face. We find it very hard to believe, Meghan, that you were in a 2-hour car chase in Manhattan on a Saturday night. It's not happening. The traffic is too thick. If anything, you were going 5 miles per hour, bumper to bumper. She wanted a moment. Meghan wanted a moment. She grabbed it and lied to New Yorkers to arrest 2 individuals for reckless endangerment. The findings have yet to result in any arrest. In other words, nobody got arrested for that night of the 2-hour car chase. However, they have promoted an immediate upgrade to the security extended to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Let's get them a car convoy, because they need it. They're special. We're special. There was never a high-speed chase. The mayor is telling us it is highly unlikely for there to be a 2-hour car chase in Manhattan. Stop lying, Meghan. Stop wanting attention. Stop it.
10 minutes, a 10-minute chase is extremely dangerous in New York City.
10-minute chase, let alone 2 hours. Playing around on the streets of New York for 2 hours. That was what you guys wanted to do. You guys they look like idiots in that taxi. They just look like 2 idiots. What are you guys doing in a taxi? Running from the paparazzi?
We have a lot of traffic, a lot of movement, a lot of people are using our streets.
Well, if you don't want to be bombarded by the paparazzi, then why did you move to Hollywood? Why are you in New York on a red carpet ride? You said you wanted to live this private, wonderful life, but you're out in the public. We didn't complain about it. We just thought it was excessive. Or how about excessive? An excessive amount of security for nobody that was there. And where was the crowds? There was no crowds for this 7-car security detail. That's the embarrassing part. Earl, did you see when what's her name went to Switzerland and had those crowds out there? Meghan can't command a crowd. Why is that? Is it her personality? Is it who she is as a person? I'm just wondering, why does Catherine get more attention than Meghan when it comes to people in crowds? They gave Meghan a chance just like they gave Catherine a chance, and Meghan blew it. People were walking faster than the car was traveling. Meghan, people were walking faster than the car you were in was traveling. but you was in a 2-hour car chase. Okay, thank you, highly sensitive.
Any type of high-speed chase that involves something of that nature is inappropriate. You know, police do it under limited circumstances when they're going after violent people, but to do it because you want to get the right shot can turn out to be a place where people can be harmed in a real way.
All right. Let's see. Let's get back to Junior. Junior said he's under attack by Meghan's minions. And I'm sorry, Junior, but you put yourself in this situation.
So the end of the comment that I was saying about Yankee Wally, Meghan shut her out of every platform, YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, a couple others. They kept mass reporting her. So to intentionally get that person shut down, right? Filing copyright complaints, accusing her of copyright offers. And guess what? Yankee passed away alone, cut off from her thousands of dedicated followers. And, you know, allegedly, according to this person on this comment, this is allegedly, because I don't know this for a fact, but apparently this was a close person who has a damn good idea, because who else does that, right? You know, I know firsthand experience. I've copied death threats from the suck up, you know what, squad, but it's just Meghan doesn't want to have anybody make any money, and she definitely wants, you know, the Markles to be financially cut off from whatever resource or whatever.
Do you guys think that? Do you guys think that Meghan wants the Markles cut off financially from anything? I don't really think she gives a damn, to be honest. I don't think she thinks that far, Thomas Jr. I don't think she cares about your financial situation, nor your dad's. Just check this out. Let's pretend for a second. You got Thomas Markle Jr. and let's say he's homeless. Okay? And this is Meghan's brother. And everybody wants to help him, but nobody's helping him. Okay? Nobody's helping Thomas Markle. He's out on the street. He's living on the street. Let's say that. And Meghan knows this. She knows this. Do you think that she would come off her throne and help her lost long brother that's out on the street? But she'll go to a hospital and pretend that she cares about someone that's laying in a hospital bed? You'll go see them, a whole total stranger. But when it comes to flesh and blood, that has done nothing but call you out on your BS, it's a no. It's a no. He could be on his dying deathbed and she wouldn't even look up. She wouldn't even look up.
For money they can be having, and that's her objective, allegedly, in my opinion, right? Look at Samantha. She defamed Samantha, right? Allegedly, in my opinion, and Samantha's opinion. But you know, Samantha doesn't have the money to draw that out for the years, like all this, you know, donated charity money that just gets dished out here and there and here and doesn't go to where it's supposed to be going. Allegedly, in my opinion, of course, but it's heartbreaking and it's very sad when, you know, if you want your public image to be good, then you have to be a good person, right? I mean, look at Princess Catherine, right? Look at her public image. It's flawless. And she does her job correctly. You know, she's the people's princess. Meghan will never be a princess. ever.
Meghan will never be a princess. She can't even act it. She can't even pretend it. She can't even pretend that she's a princess because she comes off as fake and phony and not relatable or convincing.
Always going to be jealous of Catherine. Princess.
Always jealous of Catherine.
Because it's night and day. It's black and white. It's just,
it didn't happen.
It's just like, you're this person and you're this person. Totally opposite. And like, what's that one thing? Like, you got a little devil sitting on the shoulder, you got a little angel sitting on the shoulder. Yeah, one's an angel, one's the devil. And there's a video I came across. I'm gonna play that for you, right? And it just, it's the PR machine working overtime. And that's what it is. It is just the paid PR working overtime. And it made me throw up in my mouth.
That's a whole nother subject. That's a whole nother subject. Shame on them, or whatever the case may be, why they don't have a relationship with their kids. That's not good, Debbie. And maybe that's where Meghan gets it from. Maybe it's a curse, an inherited trait that they have. Cut off everybody. How do you guys know, Debbie, that the kids may not want to have anything to do with them? That's not good either. But that's a whole nother can of paint. We're talking about Meghan's character. Her character. She the one come across as she's supposed to be this big time philanthropist and entrepreneurship and a wonderful person. And that's gonna save the world. Okay? That's how she comes across. I wonder if Lady Letitia saw Meghan's actual said about privacy on Oprah. I don't remember her saying anything about privacy on Oprah, but I do remember her making a statement to the world that they're going off into the sunlight to live a private, wonderful life. And have they done that? Hell no. Ain't nothing private about Meghan's life. As a matter of fact, she's a little pissed off we're not talking about her as much. Who is Nancy Sitley? Is she okay? The Sitley twins? So how does one hold Junior up as a family values? Who do? Ain't nobody said he had any wholesome values. Oh, no, Debbie. No. Get the story straight. Ain't nobody said he was this valued family member, that he was like the golden son. Now, he does take care of his father, so we got to give him that much. When he's no different than Meg, they're all alike. They are. There's no excuse the way she treats her father. She can treat Junior them how she want to treat them. And she is, obviously. She doesn't even acknowledge that they exist. Okay? So that's that with that. But as far as family is concerned, the way Meghan has treated her father is unexplainable and unexcusable. But giving Thomas Jr. values, please, when he know Senior, who has never met Sam's son and has no relationship with his 5 other grandchildren, that is something that he has to work out. Why doesn't he have a relationship with his grandkids? And why hasn't he seen them? And does he want to see them? And do they want to see him? It's a whole bunch of questions there, Debbie. But there is nothing wrong with him singling out his oldest daughter, especially since she was the apple of his eye, to see his grandkids, whether he sees the other ones or not. Honestly, I wouldn't help him either. She's letting him grift off her name. I would be grifting for real. I would be making some money. I would get myself. I would do a lot more than what he's doing. That's for sure. LL, do you know about the letter Junior addressed to Harry before the wedding? I sure do. And it looked like he should have took heed to that. And he didn't. He warned Harry. Senior said it was the letter that caused his heart attack before the wedding. What letter? Hello, Ziggy Lee, chick with the crown. Oh, yeah, he could be. Come into the light. I'm trying to stay in the chat too. You guys are hot today. I'm talking about her character, who she is as a person. It's all about who she is, especially when she's trying to portray herself as this wholesome, godly, wonderful, awesome person that cares about everybody. You got to care about family first. It just makes sense. Yeah, I would be grifting too. I'm sorry, I would have wrote 2 or 3 books by now. But I wouldn't do half the things that Thomas Jr. is doing. I would talk about her though, like I do now. But I would talk about her as if she was my sister, it would be on like a chicken bone. Hold on one sec. All right. We're gonna do about 5 or so more minutes of Thomas Jr. and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna finish him because he is a part of the family. Whether you guys realize it or not, he's still Meghan's brother. He's still blood relative. So let's see what else he's saying, and then we'll come back tomorrow to finish this up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to stop right here with him. And then I wanted to talk about Meghan real quick. I want to talk about Meghan's not happy right now, okay? And the reason why she's upset is because she's not getting enough attention. So last time she wasn't getting a lot of attention, she did that twerk off. Remember the twerk? Or remember when your daughter was twerking it? Now she's trying to get rid of these products. I like this outfit. She has no ass, but that's okay. But I like the look though. Let's give her that much. All right. Now, how did the queen favor turn into a creep? That's what we're going to be watching tomorrow about Andrew. Meghan Markle becomes irritated. Why? Irritation. Meghan has become irrelevant in a sense, okay, guys? Not totally, completely gone off the rails, but Meghan is losing her luster. She's losing support. She's losing popularity. She's losing friendships. She's losing deals. She's losing money. She's going through a losing streak. And I don't think she understands why. And maybe it could have something to do with how you're treating your father. But I digress. Tom Bauer has written 2 books on Meghan, and he does not hold back. Okay? And it's all factual because she hasn't sued him. Oh, no. Tom Bauer got it going on. This is the 2nd book. He the one came out and told us in the beginning that Meghan was a bully. He the one came out early on to tell us that Meghan wasn't a philanthropist, that she's not this nice, kind, gentle soul. She's the opposite. Not only did she cut off her own family, but she removed Harry from his. She removed Harry from his family. So LL, it says nothing about Senior's character that he ignores his non-family What do you want me to say about that? Do you want me to do a live on how he doesn't see his other grandkids? Hello? I don't know the situation. I don't know what's going on, but it's a little weird when Thomas Jr. and the other sister, Samantha, doesn't have relationships with their kids. There's, like Lisa said, there's a problem here. And Meghan gets it good. It's a pattern. So whatever Meghan is going through, they're going through the same thing in a sense. When I say going through the same thing, I mean that they're just like her. And that's how we can get information from Junior, whether he's like her or not. I don't care. I don't care about Junior one way or another. But I do feel like whatever he has to say, it's important to me because I want to know what he has to say. Yes. No, I am not a champion, Debbie. Let's get that straight. How am I champion for Junior? I'm just playing his video and listening to him. Now, I am not saying that he's this wonderful, wonderful, awesome pillar to society. No. My subject is not Junior. My subject is Meghan Markle. He already has his skeletons, and so does Senior, and so does Samantha. They all got their skeletons. They all got their hang-ups and whatever. And I think she kind of gets it from them. That's not a good trait. Maybe Meghan should break the generational curse that she's under. Oh, that letter, Marine. The letter that Meghan sent her father, and he had a heart attack after that. Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about. Cruelty at its best. As far as Meghan twerking, you as a Black woman should know how Black women are over-sexualized in the media. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Earl. What does that got to do with apples and freaking oranges? What does Meghan's twerk got to do with what you're saying? They're either mammies or whores. No, I don't like the stereotypical situation that you just put me under, Earl. So I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Okay? Her twerking video was trying to get her some attention. It just is what it is. No more than that. And I don't know what you mean by sexualizing in the media. Anyway. Lisa B. Attention. I got a super chat from my lovely Lisa B. Hope everyone is having a good day. Been working and listening in the bushes today. Thank you, Lisa B. Let's put some fanadoos in the chat for our wonderful, lovely, awesome, amazing Lisa B. Yes, girl. Woohoo! For Lisa B. Michelle Lee. Meghan has been irrelevant. She is not accomplished at this point. She's commissioned salesperson. Comment of the moment. Comment of the moment. Check it out. Let's get back to Junior, and if you guys want to talk about that, Junior and his situation. Junior and Samantha's situation. Now, if Meghan was vindictive and wanted to, she could easily get her a podcast and say, well, you know, my brother and sister don't see their kids, and my father hasn't seen them either. Otherwise, it's just speculation and talk, not speculation. It's not, it's true, but it's just talked about. It is what it is. Oh, good deals on eBay. As ever is on eBay. Meghan Markle, your butt has made it to eBay. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, sorry about that, Debbie. Valentino Lowe was the bullying allegations. But Tom Bauer did mention her being mean to staff in his book. Mr. Markle doesn't have to video the time that he spends with his grandkids, nor anything that he does. He seems to breathe air and not attention. Ooh. I agree. He probably does lie. I'm not here to defend that. But Meghan lies too, Earl. Maybe she gets it from him. Maybe she gets it from her big brother. I've heard it's an extra $50 if you want a wick with your candle. Meghan, I would like a wick with my candle. Oops, I'm not ordering nothing else from you. Nothing. Because everything I've ordered has been disgusting, nasty, and all that. Okay, Lisa. You gotta be more careful who you listening to. Earl ain't right, girl. Earl ain't right. Exactly, Michelle Lee. Which one is Meghan? The whore or the mammy? Good one. Comment of the moment. Give it up for Michelle. Comment of the day. Which one is your girl? A whore or the mammy? Good question. Good question. Yeah, he's gone too far. Or you have gone too far. My chat ain't liking it. Lisa, you done piss Lisa off. You done piss Michelle off. And you pissed me off too. Okay? The things that you're saying is very not, no. You take it too far. Mods! Oh, wow, they're the same age as Harry. Give or take a few years. Wow, they're grown. They're grown. Mammy and whore stereotype. And don't be putting us in no list. Don't be putting us in no category like that, Earl.
Completely self-destruct. She's a publicity junkie. She's someone who once a week thinks, I haven't been in the news. What can I do to get into the news? Use your daughter, use the jam, use some photographs haven't been seen.
We got to go check it. When I get off of here, Michelle Lee, I'm going to the place where I'm going to be taking Kira next week. So I'm going to go sign her up today and drop her off on Monday. Oh, why would you see? I didn't say he was all credible. I just said I wanted to hear what he had to say. I believe his information is warranted for my time. That's why I think Thomas Jr. is interesting. Not credible, but interesting. And you can fact check whatever you want to fact check. But so far, he's been telling the truth on Meghan. Megadu. But as far as getting information from him, there is nothing wrong listening to the brothers' point of view at all. And take what you want from what he say. Dump the rest. You don't have to believe what he says. You don't have to agree with what he says. All we're doing is just listening to what he has to say and then spit it out if you want to. But in the meantime, I think we're going to be digging into Junior. We're going to find out what's going on with Junior. And Junior may or may not spill the beans. Maybe we may get something on the Junior. Maybe we won't. But it's interesting to me. That it is. Yeah, he takes it too far, Demon Dictator.
Hi, everyone. Kinsey Schofield here, and welcome to Recollections May Vary, a royal recap. Today, investigative author Tom Bauer is in the hot seat. The writer behind Revenge and Betrayal joins me to break down some of the biggest royal headlines over the month of May. From palace prison predictions taken place in 2010. These were, the headlines, I believe it was Friday morning, maybe Thursday or Friday morning that came out. King Charles over the weekend reportedly keeping his distance from his brother, despite staying just a few miles away from him at the Sandringham estate.
Other than Virginia Giuffre, no other women have stepped forward and claimed.
And when you see headlines about things, but the reality of Andrew, nothing actually comes to fruition, and they will say he got away with it scot-free, voluntarily jumped on an airplane and went to because Betrayal was released this year. And I felt like the second Betrayal was released, of course, they accuse you of, I don't even remember the way that they that they phrased it, that they accused you of having, you know, having it out for them and not having your facts straight, which is hilarious coming from my truth.
Oh, it sounds like Meghan and Harry pushed back on Bauer's book and said it wasn't true. You can say it wasn't true all day long, Meghan, but if you're not going to sue him for the things that he has said, then let it go, girl. Oh, well, that's good, Debbie.
Truth couple. But Betrayal comes out, and it almost seems as if there is a wild PR pivot right after your book is released. And maybe it's the departure of Meredith Maines. I don't know. But now Meghan Markle is Mother of the Year. She's really trying to push the family stuff, Disneyland pictures, you know, all of this happy-go-lucky, no, I'm not a mean girl, I'm a sweet mom, you know, story.
This is the thing. This is the thing about Meghan. If Earl is still here. Everybody says the same thing about her. We just got through watching Junior, and Junior just said she is not popular. And so did Kinsley. Like, the world is aware that Meghan is not this likable person. So no matter what fire she shows up at, no, whatever charity event that she shows up at, it's fake. It's really, really fake. And pretending to be the greatest mom on earth is funny too.
Harry is in the Ukraine. Harry is writing articles about anti-Semitism in the UK. First of all, let me ask, am I crazy in feeling like there's been a shift in the tone or the shift in the way that they present?
Oh, Debbie, he has been telling the truth about Meghan. When he comes up with a story or tells us about what she's done, it's true. Now, you can debunk anything he wants to say when we watch him. Go for it. But for the most part, for the very most part of everything, when it comes to Meghan, he's on point. Well, he can use other people's stories. He doesn't know her, like you said. He doesn't have a relationship with her. He doesn't know anything. He knows what we know. But I want to know about what's going on with the father. Every now and then he might throw some stuff out there. But I want to dig a little deeper. I want him to go a little deeper with what he's talking about. I don't care where he takes it. I'm going to listen.
Present themselves in 2026.
No, I think you're absolutely right.
And to those of you that don't watch him, don't like him, but you watch him, because you do want to find out if there's something new that he's going to say, or you do want to find out what he's talking about. Curiosity killed the cat.
And I think my book Betrayal landed just at the right moment, just as they were shifting gear, having fired Meredith Maines, which I'd been told about it was likely. But the book altogether casts a whole new light on what I think is a much bigger threat to the royal family than Andrew, because whereas Andrew has destroyed himself, Meghan and Harry still have a long way to go before they completely self-destruct. And the process is fascinating, and that's why I wrote the second book.
They got a little more
the previous 3 or 4 years was so extraordinary. And now I think that their whole operation, which is now poorly financed because they're not earning real money anymore, is survival. They are desperate to make sure they don't go under and finding ways in which they can somehow prove still relevant. And that isn't easy because, frankly, they're not relevant, other than the potential damage they can do to the royal family in Britain. But also it's fascinating to watch how they slowly are falling. I mean, there's no doubt the descent is much more interesting now than the ascent.
Hey,
and that may be prolonged, we don't know yet.
You talk about desperate. What was your reaction? Because mine was disbelief when you realized that someone from Meghan's camp approved uploading pictures of Meghan with sick children, with victims and survivors of the Bondi Beach shooting up on an app where you can purchase the clothing she's wearing while sitting next to these families and these sick children. Desperation is like...
She doesn't give a damn. She doesn't care about people. She doesn't think about people, about how they're feeling and what they're going through and all this other stuff. Hey guys, check this out. I can't show you it. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to buy Tom Bauer's book and we play the audio. I probably won't be able to play the audio, but I wanted to. Yeah, he probably did read it online. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that she's not popular. So far, he knows just as much as we know. But I liked for him to regurgitate or to re-speak about who she is, because it's true. Yeah, I want to buy the book. I'm on the cusp of buying the book. The cusp. Let's see if I wanted to get anything else, because you know she needs attention. Attention.
Like the best way to describe that. But there's also like a little bit of shamelessness in there that it's really hard to comprehend, that somebody would be like, yeah, I'm thinking about all the steps and all the repercussions, and it's all systems go.
The exploitation of the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked for Meghan when she was in the so-called royal tour, which I describe in Betrayal, in Nigeria and then in Colombia. And she did, of course, the same when she visited Jordan with the World Health Organization. But Bondi Beach was a terrible, terrible mistake, as was her trip to Australia. She fell flat on her face. And she tries to empathize. And she did it, of course, in Texas when the school shooting happened. She flew there to lay some flowers and then ignored her father, who at the same time...
Yeah, her father was in the hospital while she was over there in Uvalde putting flowers on her grave. Mm-hmm. That lets me know that something's wrong with her, too. There's something psychologically wrong with Meghan, because all she thinks about is herself. Self, 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 and more self. And I was thinking, guys, that maybe if I buy the book and do what Sue Smith did with her book. She took the book and then she broke it down piece by piece. So I'm thinking about doing that for you guys. But I'll do that as a video. I won't do it as live. I won't do a live. I'll do a video. I read his transcripts to see what he's going to be grifting off today now. If he really wanted to up his profile, then he would be sharing more stories of his dad. You know what, Debbie? I would. I think he needs to regroup on his whole thinking and everything. I agree with you. Yep. At least, yeah, because I want to hear more about Senior. What's going on? You know, get into some juice. I feel like he's holding back. Holding back. All right, guys. We have lived it today and lived it today and lived it today. Put a 1 in the chat if you enjoyed yourselves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we enjoy Earl. Earl is Earl, okay? You know, Earl. What is that? Sorry, my nails are really bad. When do I go and get them done again? She better hurry up before I go and get them done somewhere else. Thank you, lovely people. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Cece. Thank you, Lisa B, for my super chat earlier. I really do appreciate it. It's going to go towards Kara's daycare or after whatever camp. Oh, you kicked him out. Cece timed him out. You got in trouble, Earl. Spanker do. You got to be good. You can't cross the line over here, or you will get timed out. You will get a spanking. Oh, Lisa B says, Earl, you done messed up. You done messed up royally. Lisa B said that wasn't cool at all. And I'm like, you, who is the hoe? Who's the mammy? What are you talking about? Stereotyping. That's that stupid stuff. Yeah, I didn't like it either, Lisa B. Very disturbing comment. All right, lovelies, have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the live. I hope it was informative. I hope we got some stuff out of it. And what I want to do is, because we talked about Catherine, the Princess of Wales, under attack. What do Thomas Markle Jr. have to say to us today? And who cares, Meghan? If I come on tonight, do you guys want to play games? Or do you want to do like true crime? Or what do you want to do? Do you want to finish Junior's live? If I come back tonight, what do you guys want to do? Okay, Pickles. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to. We can do games tonight. I know we did it yesterday. So, or we could do. Oh, I do, CC. I got award coverage. Let's do that. If I come back tonight, let's up that and do the awards situation. Okay, we'll do the awards. Thank you, CC. Bye-bye, lovelies. Bye-bye, CC. Bye, Lisa B. Hello, Shanoa. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I think it's my fault that you didn't get a notification because I changed the time. Yeah, I switched the time out. I'm okay with team decisions. Okay. Wonderful, Lisa. Okay, yeah, we'll do the award situation and maybe play some games after, but we'll see. We'll make him back tonight. Have a wonderful Friday, guys. And I love you.
you.